I have a friend who has self-esteem issues and self-integrity issues in the workplace. He would make one small mistake, and that would dictate his entire day. That one mistake led him to overthink his entire day because people would say stuff about it, which obviously led to more mistakes in the workplace. He's in the trade, so obviously people aren't going to be very nice. And one day, this got to the better of him. Each small mistake compounded in his mind. Small stuff like missing a pencil or a tool in another room. And his journeyman or his boss would say something negative about it, causing him to freak out more and more. This is what we call a negative feedback loop. We don't want this to happen in the workplace. There are several mistakes you can't be making in the workplace for obvious reasons, but little mistakes like this shouldn't get to your head. He had a mental breakdown so bad he had to be sent home. This isn't the fault of the small mistakes, this was his fault for not having self-integrity. His integrity was defined by other people, by his workplace. He defined his value as what other people thought of him at the workplace. He was overthinking. That is a very ineffective way to have integrity in yourself, because you're defining your values from other people. Your ambition and drive would come from other people, and that was his mistake. Right now, he's getting professional help and making the right strides to a better place at work, because that is a very extreme situation. In most cases, you're not going to be like that. Most cases, you'll feel a bit anxious or a bit overwhelmed at work and not have an entire freak out. But this is still bad, so that's what I'm going to be talking about today. You have to set your own expectations for yourself at the workplace. A great first step is talking to your boss and manager about your expectations. What are you expected to do at work? When you meet those expectations, anything that you're told after that, you do not know. So it's not your fault. At my last job, they tried to make it clear by using the employment agreement form. It had all the expectations written down on that form on my email. I would read through them every single day. And I did not make their expectations. It was not my fault. I tried listening to everybody, but things kept changing for situations, which I needed experience for, obviously. But I couldn't handle other people's attitudes, because my personal integrity wasn't strong enough for their attitudes, and sometimes that can happen. And that's perfectly fine. Some people are going to be assholes, right? The whole point of having self-integrity at the workplace is other people might think you're an idiot, but you know you're not, and that's the most important part of all of this. So after you define all your expectations at your workplace, what your role is, and everything above, what if you're feeling a little bit more ambitious? What if you want to achieve more at your workplace? You can set personal goals for yourself, and you can be looking at what other people are doing and ask them about what they're doing as well, and see if you can do them as well, and see if your manager expects you to do it then as well. Because you're obviously wanting your manager, you want them paper monkeys to be happy, and if you're doing something extra they don't want you to do, they actually aren't happy about that, which is really fucking weird. You go above and beyond in the workplace, and sometimes they're not happy. But that's why it's important to not define your workplace and your job as your personal self. That's why you can't, it's like, oh, my personal self is, an electrician or swamp or some shit. If you have a 9-to-5 scheduled job or any hiring job, that isn't you. You're just hired for that position. You may enjoy it and resonate really well with it, but that still isn't you. That is still you making money. That is the whole purpose of having a job and having a role, right? It gives you something to do during your day, and it also makes you money. But in most cases, it isn't your purpose. So really, you should be aiming to remove your personal integrity from your workplace expectations. These are two separate things, and that will make you actually work better and live a better life. See, you work better, and you have a better life. So any CEO watching this saying, oh, I want my employees to really resonate well with the workplace, like that. I want them to enjoy my work. Yeah, of course, that's important to enjoy your work. However, removing your personal integrity from the workplace makes you work better. So that's really important for even bosses to consider this. All right, that's all I really have to say about today. I hope you guys have an amazing morning. Remember to love yourself so you can save yourself.